Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. I have got game 2 between TSLPolt and MVP's Keen, and Keen is the red Terran player and Polt is the blue Terran player, and of course this is a TvT. It is on the GSL map dual site, that is SIGHT, not SITE, so something which a lot of people do confuse. Obviously this is a cool map, quite a narrow ramp. You've got these bushes here which is hiding vision. You've got 2 ramps into your natural. It's just a cool map. I really like this map. And also, if you don't like kind of the greenery and you don't like the green, you can go over here and you can see the lava and the rocks, and I mean, it's visually appealing, it's strategically appealing, and it's entertaining, so it's a good map. Now, this is, as I said, game 2 of a best of 3 from the MSI Pro Cup 8, and it is the semi-final game. If you haven't watched game 1, go and watch it. This is your official warning that anything after this point could contain a spoiler. So pause, go watch game 1, then come back. Okay, hopefully, if you have just returned from game 1, thanks for going to watch it. If you've already seen game 1, well, you will know that Keen played an amazing game and beat Polt, although it was pretty damn close for a lot of it, and they did a very similar build. So, obviously being a best of 3, Polt has to win this one or he's out of the competition. Keen, on the other hand, even if he loses, he just pushes it to game 3. So, obviously Keen could afford to do something risky here and try and win it just damn quickly. Likewise, Polt, does he take a risk or does he try and play straight up? Obviously, if a risk pays off, then it's fantastic. If it doesn't, then it's a problem. Now, you will see here this supply depot was started, but then just ran off, and I mean, that's just to complete the wall off temporarily, preventing the scouting SCV getting in to see whatever Polt is up to. Now, I actually quite like that move. I think that's pretty awesome. And it just means that the wall off is there ready. So we will actually see both players going for very similar builds indeed. So, I mean, not too much to worry about. The SCV won't get in for Polt either. Keen has got his gas down though. That was a very early gas. Meanwhile, no gas here for Polt. So what is Polt going to be doing? There comes out a marine. Are we going to see some kind of super early expand, a lot of early marine pressure? There's just so much that could happen. This is awesome. A bit of a misclick there though, and that is less awesome. Now here comes this SCV. What are you going to build, SCV? What are you going to build? I'm going to say command center because the amount of minerals. There we go. So Polt is going to be going for a super fast expansion. Meanwhile, we will see that Keen has got his factory on the way. He is also getting this second gas. So my money is on a super early Banshee, which would be strong against a command center first build. And, well, one Rax command center rather. And we have got both gases coming out here for Polt. And obviously that'll bring 2 gas the same as Keen. So what is going to happen? I don't even know. I didn't watch this game, so I have no clue. I know the outcome just because I know who the final is, but I'm not telling. You have to watch to find out. But yes, obviously I have also cast the other semi-final already, which was Show versus Thorzane, so go and check that out. There goes the Tech Lab and Starport for Keen here, so we are going to see a Banshee come out super quickly. Meanwhile, another second barracks coming out for Polt here, so no super early tech. As I was saying though, Thorzane versus Show, go and check that best of 3 out. It was the other semi-final, and you will find out who is going into the final after watching this game if you go and watch the other semi-final. So, all good to know. And basically, what else is going on? I mean, it's obviously going to be a TvT final. The final is a best of 5 because obviously Show and Thorzane are both Terran players, and Keen and Polt are both Terran. So, kind of a giveaway. And we will see here a factory and a barracks coming out. A tech lab on the barracks. Will it be used to switch over for tank production super early? Here comes the Banshee. Cloak is on the way for Keen as well. So, Cloak Banshees will be coming to harass. But obviously Polt, he's got this super early command center out, which he is morphing into an orbital command, so he will be able to scan, but he's just used a mule straight away. And if he uses his second mule, he could be getting into some problems, because obviously he's going to need those scans to deal with the Cloak Banshee. And here we go, the reactor factory moving back, and what we're going to see put on there. Will it be a tech lab? Will it be a reactor? No, reactor is what it's going to be. Still no sign of the expansion, just starting now for Keen's base, and really he's getting that tech lab out on the factory. His expansion is a long way behind that of Polt's, but Polt isn't moving out to try and deal with this as of yet. The Banshee about to finish. Now what is this Banshee going to do? Really this is kind of a lot of what Keen's play is based on. This Banshee needs to do a lot of damage. If it doesn't, then obviously he's going to be behind because his command center is so much later than Polt's. If it does do a lot of damage though, it could potentially win him the game. But it's all about whether the scan goes off. Now, is there any energy? There is possibly going to be enough energy on this command center. It all depends whether that mule goes down. And really, if that mule falls straight away, which it doesn't look like it's going to yet. Oh, seriously, this anticipation is huge. And there's actually is this a missile turret? Yeah, it is. So, is that just blindly building a missile turret? Or did Polt see anything? I don't know where he would have seen it coming in from. Oh, from this... No, that... He doesn't even have that watchtower, so... Colour me confused. Because I really don't know right now how Polt knew that was coming in. If we look at Polt... When did he... Oh, he got a scan off. That will be what it is. And explains a lot. We will see a scan go off though for Polt there, and that Banshee is going to actually get away with its life. But not much energy left on it, so if that Viking just follows it, eventually it will die. Meanwhile, a second Banshee though here for Keen on its way in. Going to be able to pick off quite a few Marines, and there is very, very little energy. A scan does go off though, and that Banshee does nearly die as well, so this is all pretty crazy. And a very, very lucky scan. I didn't even realise that Polt had scanned this, but obviously that gave away that he would need a missile type for the Cloak Banshees. And the Viking has just moved back, and if we take a look at the units, both Banshees did survive for Keen there. So, in terms of loss, only a lot more loss by Polt. 6 workers killed, so if we take a look at the worker count, it's 30 to 32 in favour of Keen actually. So, obviously Keen has brought back the game economically. Keen has got great production facilities, 2 more barracks on the way. He has actually cut the Banshee production and is not actually getting anything from his air units. He is getting that siege mode up though. Meanwhile, Polt, he is getting some Vikings out to deal with the Banshees. He's getting tanks, and upgrade wise he's only got Stim done, so no sign of combat shield as of yet. I'd expect to see Polt get that combat shield pretty damn quickly, just because it makes Marines so much more effective. But it looks like Polt's going to move forward, but to be honest, he'll have a tough time engaging because siege mode is now done for Keen, and 3 tanks and the Marines are moving out for Keen as well. Now these tanks are very, very much out of position, and they could take huge damage, and if he's not exceptionally careful, if he stims forward now, those Marines are so far, but he's not going to. No, Polt's just going to move backwards. Both players have kind of mutually scared each other, which is always a good move. If you're both terrified, neither of you will actually start a fight. It's kind of like double bluffing, but a scan does go off, so now Keen knows exactly what's going on. Does get that Cloak Banshee in, but a scan goes off and it will go down for sure because there's so many Vikings, and we will see Keen completely detour his way past Polt, using that Banshee really as a decoy. And we will see that, well, this base could be in a bit of problems. Polt is having to chase down this army, and that means that Keen is going to be able to siege up right outside the natural base, and it will mean that Polt is just going to have to walk into a siege line of tanks, and that is never something you want to be doing. Having said that though, a Cloak Banshee going in, and here we go, the Marines are going for it. In the meantime, we will see that Polt is trying to engage. All those SCVs are getting slaughtered though. The Marines are walking into a wall of tanks, trying to spread out as best they can. Siege mode isn't done though for Polt, so his tanks are a lot less effective, and I mean, it looks like Polt is going to be able to clean that up, but not before his natural base goes down, and really once this falls, it's pretty much GG in my opinion. Polt just doesn't have enough army left to go and kill Keen. Keen has those tanks, he's got a bunker up, he's got his natural base up, he's got so much more production, so much more income, and double the worker count. So in all honesty, in all honesty, this game, I hate to say it, is pretty much over unless Polt does something amazing. And to be honest, I just don't think he can. He does now have siege mode finished, so he could bring into a bit of a stalemate, but just he's so far behind. He's lost his base, his natural base. He's a base down. He's at half the workers, and he's going to get more and more behind the longer this game goes on, because obviously Polt can keep producing those SCVs 2 at a time. Meanwhile, Polt can only... Keen can rather make SCVs 2 at a time. Polt can only make 1 at a time for the foreseeable future. Obviously, could use this medevac to drop up into the main. That'd be really, really effective. And I mean, Keen is just in such a great position with these tanks. I don't see how Polt can move forward to try and do anything here. The only thing that Polt really has is these Vikings, so he does have air superiority at the moment, and Keen does have that Banshee though, and that Banshee is just looking like it's going up and is going to go and harass the main base. And if nothing's there, could be some problems, and we will see a bit of a tank engagement going on, and really I don't know who came out best from that, but there is going to be a drop, and Polt, this is great use of his Marines here, and if he picks off some stuff here, it would be very, very effective. Although there is a tank in the main base which will pick off most of those Marines and will force the drop back. Meanwhile, we will see this Banshee come in. It is cloaked, and there is literally nothing here to deal with it. A couple more SCVs are going to get picked off. Meanwhile, I'm just keeping an eye on the minimap to see what is happening down at Keen's base entrance, and if this command center falls again, it would be absolutely huge. Polt is actually pulling back to try and deal with this, and I mean, there is enough energy for a scan, 2 scans actually, nearly 3, so this Banshee is not going to survive. It's just how much can it do. There goes the scan off, and it does actually look like the Banshee will get a couple of kills before it finally dies, but most importantly, it killed quite a few SCVs. 27 SCVs now killed by Keen, and look at that difference in income, in workers, and the income says it all. That really does show you exactly what a bad spot Polt is in. I'll hand it to Polt though. He's making this game, he's staying in it as long as possible, and by no means is it going to be a rollover. The longer the game goes on, the faster Keen will get ahead. I mean, Keen, upgrade wise, what has he got? He's got no vehicle upgrades and he's got no infantry upgrades, so he's pumping everything into units, which in my opinion is the right thing to do here. He knows he's far, far ahead in terms of income, so he can just outproduce Polt, and no matter how many upgrades or units Polt has in terms of tech, Keen has just got more stuff. And a great siege up, this Marines moving forward. Let's just hide this UI and get a good look. If it's going to let me, no, it's not letting me, so we will just see everything just go in here, and the tanks get cleaned up, and Polt is without doubt now out of this. There is the GG, and that does mean that Keen goes 2 for 0 and wins this set and will be advancing on to the finals. So I am going to cast the finals. Go and check out the Show versus Thorzane game to find out who Keen will be playing against if you don't already know, and then go and check out the final. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, thumbs up, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and all of that cool shenanigans. Anyway, thank you very much, tune in again.